So the first thing I wanted to talk about is it's been like 10 years since Who Dares Wins.
Yeah.
How does it feel kind of knowing that you lot made that maybe over 10 years ago kind of thing?
I think it's weird for us because people still quote bars and all that from it, or hit us up on Twitter about songs or saying, you know what I mean? Certain songs on it and everything like that. It's still very much like relevant to them.
Yeah. And the game has changed very much so since when you put that out. So obviously at that time you lot were selling the hard copies on road. You said, I see a quote about you sold about 20,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Now you reckon if you brought that out now, you would have done as well?
What, Who Dares Wins?
Yeah.
That type of format, but more or less relevant up to date.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, because the site that we sold most of the units from was a site called Dipset Mixtapes. That the Diplomats had an office next to Rockefeller in the building.
Yeah.
That they had a website and everything, interactive website where they were selling all their merchandising.
Yeah.
And Diplomat mixtapes, Jewel's mixtapes, like Back Like Cook Crack and stuff like that.
Writer's Block.
Yeah, Writer's Block, Hell Rose Tape, Max B's as well. So.
And it all came from that one place kind of thing?
More or less. We was doing our own thing in England, so we could, you know what I mean, get the buzz out there in England and that. But they shifted a lot of units. And obviously it came out after the Diplomat Immunity 2 album.
Okay.
So everyone wanted, you know what I mean? Yeah, the London Diplomats and stuff like that.
I was thinking as well, and it seems like you guys have always had a bigger fan base in America. Am I right saying that, you think?
Yeah, do you know what it is? I think we've had like a massive following over there because of the platforms we was given over there. All the platforms we kind of we gained from being over there. Like we got a lot of spins on Hot 97, which is I mean you only really hear signed artists on that on that forum, and we was doing that unsigned. Then we had the whole Dame Dash Rockefeller situation, so that had us in like a movie, that had us on billboards. We were seeing places like cities we hadn't even been to yet, like we was in Atlanta, we was in Miami, we was in LA, it was on massive billboards like in Macy's and massive department stores and that over there. So we were like doing the music side, we was putting in the graft like blacking, doing what we do musically, but we was also hitting people that weren't really necessarily into rap music or even into music. Yeah. So they were seeing our face, they was hearing our name. So that's kind of why we affected America in that fashion. And on top of that, we're British, so when we've got a British accent, it makes us different from everyone else over there. So we stood out a lot over there. So
do you think having a big buzz in America and kind of obviously being with the superstars of America at that time, so Diplomats, Rare, helped with your buzz back here kind of thing?
Nah, back then it was, what you said, like a hindrance.
To be honest, I think it hindered man more than it helped, because at the end of the day, when we was doing Eurogang and it wasn't even about like Diplomats or Rockefeller, we weren't affiliated with none of these guys. Well, we were, but people didn't know because we didn't really speak on it. We just kind of kept doing us. Yeah. And I'm glad we did it like that, because we had records like that people are familiar with, like Eurogang, that was out there, and we was like hood stars from that. Do you know what I mean? Just off of that being on TV out here, like when we was outside TRL, MTV and that, they came up to us like, oh, it's Eurogang. They didn't come up to us like it's Dipset or it's Rockefeller. So that was where we generally got our buzz from, that and Body and Westwood freestyles and just being all over 279 show on Choice FM. So we was already putting in the grassroots shit out here, and that's really how we got known. We was part of we was never really part of the UK scene though. We was always just man that was from the UK that just got busy and people was like, oh, they're sick, but it was never like, oh yeah, they're UK rappers, like they're in the scene or what, because there was no scene really. There was like the Skinny Man, there was the Roots Maneuvers, there was the Black Twangs, there was the Morris Deltas, there was all those guys, Mike GLC, you know what I mean, like all of them, and then it was like we came out of nowhere, these guys
talking smack,
you're talking about hammers and shotting food and all kinds of stuff that people was almost like not accepting was going on in every ends out here. Like it was almost like we were talking about some fairy tale, like it didn't really exist. So people looked at us a bit like, how do they fit in and what are these guys actually about? I feel like it was like that for years. Even when we did link up with Rockefeller and the Dips, like they never really understood the lifestyle we was talking about was our reality. They thought we was just
rappers.
They just thought we was good rappers. I watched a lot of Boys in the Hood and fucking Juice, moved to America and thought we was living. You know what I'm saying? They thought we thought we was them guys, and then we thought we'd just come and start rapping about it, and hopefully it'll pop. But I don't know. If grime wasn't even, this was pre-grime. This was like when garage was going on, like it was like even like right before Wiley did what you call it, two-step, what you call it, garage. Remember?
No, it was after that. It was around that time.
No, it was before that we was doing it. Because I remember we went on Deja, and that was when that was up.
Yeah, but grime was popping then. Grime was already.
Yeah, grime was popping then, but I'm saying we came out prior to that even.
But we come out same year that Lord of the Mics, the first one.
The first one that came. Did that come out in 01?
04.
04?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we was on Westwood in that in 01.
Yeah. But before that, that wasn't serious. That was like hobbyish.
Yeah.
Like we rap, but not.
Yeah.
It's not really our career.
No, it wasn't really our career like that.
But as far as the Diplomat thing and Rockefeller thing, we got more hate than we got love.
Do you think, in looking at that, now, if that obviously is a bit like Rockefeller ain't really the same now, but if there was Rockefeller and now
Rockefeller now is Young Money. That's what Rockefeller. Rockefeller's Cash Money.
So for example,
Diplomats is Young Money. So we was like Cash Money, Young Money.
But I'm saying
that time.
Yeah, you definitely.
Imagine that.
I agree with that.
That's crazy.
That is mad.
Imagine someone from out here being Young Money now,
it's like
rapping with Nicki Minaj. Kind of thing, innit? Exactly, but being a rapper because that's what they are, rap labels. You understand what I'm trying to say? It was like, and they didn't. With Rockefeller weren't even. But the thing is, with Rockefeller, they weren't even not saying Young Money or Cash Money is like commercial, but they've got the Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is a rapper, but she's a pop star. Do you know what I mean? She's like she transcends rap. Like she's different. She's all presenting the EMAs and it's gone in it. It's different. Like she's been gone. Like she could probably do a movie and it'll be sold out on some fucking what's them kids from out here that went over there and blew up ridiculously, the ones that won the award show.
Which one?
The kids. What?
One Direction.
One Direction. Yeah. She's on that gone there that level.
Superstardom.
So I'm saying Rockefeller was like it was gone, but it was all credible artists. It was like Beans. It was like
very
Cam.
street.
It was very street. It was like even MOP when they ended up going over there. Like it wasn't. There was nothing sweet over there. Like it was just you had to be on it. Like you had to be about your bars. You had to be about the music. There weren't no one that was just like you're just making hit records. So you're down with the label.
Yeah.
Except Kanye.
What I was gonna ask.
Kanye was even blacking.
What I was gonna ask is, do you think if, for example, you guys were affiliated to Cash Money like how you were to Rockefeller, you would get hated on the same way?
What, today?
Yeah.
No, like different today.
The era, the younger generation is different. They embrace people doing well, so it's being successul. It's different.
We come from a time in London where it was tense out here. Everyone was paranoid, and it was just very tense and paranoid. Like there were not too many. It was very crowded in the bucket, shall I say? Because no one blew. No one had record deals really like that. No one was really selling units.
Yeah, I see one. I can't remember who out of the two of you said it. You said it was in 2009. You had an interview. It was you actually, Mega, and you said, name me one rapper out here to get signed, and you was like, yeah, none. Like there's no.
Is it? I don't even remember that.
There's an interview I watched it earlier, and that's what you were saying then.
And there was no one signed at that time.
Yeah, you saying there's no rappers that's been signed.
That's nuts.
Like, and now we're in 2014, and we've had
spare man.
Kind of, you feel like you lot missed the boat, kind of thing almost.
No.
I'll say we never missed the boat because we never even got to the dock. You know what I'm saying? We was never part of it. It's like the boat came and we were like somewhere else. Like we were in another country. You know what I'm saying? So it was a bit like we never got to that place where we was involved to where we could get on a boat. Like it was like we got ostracized from just being us. Like we were so different. We didn't fit in America and we didn't fit in here. So it was almost like, where do we fit in? And then we just got to a point where we were just like, fuck fitting in. We don't have to fit in anywhere. We're just going to do what we do, the best that we can do it. And if you fuck with our music, then you're going to fuck with us. And if you don't, then it's not for you. And as soon as we started doing that, that's when things just started getting even better. Because people that was just riding with us regardless of what was going on with Diplomats or Rockefeller or anything else. Yeah, they would be like, oh yeah, you guys are the first to do this and that. But then they would get past that and be like, you man are still doing what you was doing then, if not on a higher level. And you've done it independently. A lot of people don't know that them man ain't put no pennies in our pocket, not one penny. Diplomats ain't put shit in our pocket.
Yeah, except Dame
put money in our pocket.
He gave us a little advance on that because the contract wasn't done in time. But apart from that, we did everything ourselves.
But no, but like they ain't fund no music videos for us. They ain't plug no music on the radio for man. They ain't. Do you know what I mean? They ain't do none of that. So they put on shows. They ain't put on no shows for man. We set up our own launch party and brought them through. Like, look, yo, we're coming over here. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality. So we was always independent. We to the point we was recording in America when we did like a photo shoot for Rockaware. We did like 14, 15 songs in 5 days.
No, 3.
Hold on,
3 days.
Oh, 3 days. Okay, even better. So we did that. We're just fucking getting busy doing that in the studio. We got the cameraman to film the behind the scenes. When he was filming it, even though it was footage for them, we ended up saying, yo, hand us the tape, edit it up, play this in the background. And the song that they ended up playing in the background was doing fine. That track that everyone knew, like just a little letter from your son, just a little. That's what we did. So we captured that moment in time. Everything we was doing over there, and we put it to that song. Like, look, this is us. We're on it.
Oh, so that wasn't a planned video.
No, that was not planned.
That was we planned it.
What it was is they stuck cameras in our faces so much.
I was like, okay, we're gonna get something.
I'm talking about like constantly for hours. Like camera coming off the plane, there's a guy there with a camera and a chauffeur. You see what I'm saying? So we thought we was in the studio one day. We said, you know what? Yo, get all the diplomats. You see that come in the studio, edit up the video to this instrumental. We hadn't even done the song yet. So when we came back, we did the song, gave the channel, you started spinning it. By the next time Dane come, and he knew, we looked at him and said, what, you upset we took the footage? He goes, like, I'll be upset. Like, you're not buzzing, it's crazy. What am I going to be upset about? So,
well, Who Dares Wins came from those records that we recorded in the studio. It's to the point that when we was in the office one day, we're sitting there, May's conversing with Big Face Gary or someone. Yeah. And then I'm like, sitting next to a little bucket like of CDs, and I'm looking like, oh, what are those? And I start looking and you go, oh, get away from those, get away from those. The way he said get away from those, I was like, oh, something must be there that is like, you know what I mean? Like, I need to know, So me...
Yes, yeah, he left the room. When he left the room,
bro, just dipped in him.
Beans' album, Young Guns' album, Balik's album. He said, oh, SAS' album.
SAS, oh yeah, let's come with me.
All our discs,
yeah, all of them.
Right.
Loaded them up in Jewel Studio, was like, oh yeah, got them mixed, paid for them to get mixed, mastered, got the artwork popping.
And that's something that you lot paid as well, paid for.
Yeah, no. Jane paid for the studio session.
No, he's talking about the mixing and that.
Oh, yeah, for the mixing there and all of that.
Yeah. We paid Jewel's engineer to mix them. Then we got the guy that Hot Butter was his name.
Yeah,
Hot Butter, my bad. Sorry, yeah, he's the one. This Ting boy, it's mad. But yeah, he's the one who did the cover for it, and then we came back with a whole bunch of CDs, and I think we got sent some because we couldn't take them all on the so they sent them overseas to us or whatever. The next time we opened the source and we just seen it there, like sold 20,000. The one with Jadakiss on the front, innit? The source issue.
Yeah, that source magazine.
So it was like...
We had one of the hottest street albums,
yeah.
Quick, so, I can't even remember the question I asked you, but...
Well, the hindrance you were saying, and it was only a hindrance because it was like we were the first. So all the rappers, all the grime artists was like, why them?
Okay.
Why them?
So what I wanted to ask from that, do you feel that you've helped the rap culture here, kind of from what you lot did back then? Do you think it helped the rap culture 110%. Now?
You know why? 110% because they told us do grime, do garage, rap will never work. Rap wasn't taken seriously. It was more like a backpack thing.
Yeah.
And we've come through. Fendi, Prada, I'm designers talking about whatever. So we kind of changed the whole. Cause look at what man rap about now. Man rap about being fly and all that. Before rapping about being fly was taboo. Like fuck all that fly shit. Like it's almost weird. I was like, we're from London. How we not rap about being fly? Didn't make sense to us. But everything's kind of caught up with. We was more advanced because we was in New York. Already seeing what was gonna.
Yeah, it was unfair because we knew what Americans found ill about British guys. So we was like, come on, this is like a no-brainer. We know that when we say this, they're like, oh, what's that about? So we're like, oh, okay, we just put this in a rhyme about it. They're going to think that's dope anyway, just because it's different. So we knew the things to exaggerate and to make seem so like, oh yeah, this is the new thing. But being from the UK and not being in America, you never really know what they're going to find interesting.
About us, yeah.
Like I remember we even showed our boy like how to make a Millwall brick. You couldn't believe it. Like you're making a weapon out of a newspaper. Like they was like, what? Like this shit's crazy. Like they just thought like, nah, London's nuts. I don't even know if I want to go over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we were just showing them a whole different.
I don't even have to make a move.
You just fold it like that. Eventually, it's just like coffee. Yeah, but
like a kosh.
yeah. So yeah, no, it was just nuts. It was nuts because it was very diverse. For us, it was so different. It was just a big culture shock. Like at first we was like, what is this place? Like we weren't even used to it. I remember I wanted to go home after the first few weeks to the month and that. And then,
sorry to cut you. I see in another interview you said about being mainly Kanye West's artist before being with Dipset and all that. How come you never stuck with Kanye?
This was what happened now. We was over there 2002. 2002 summer, and we had a brethren that we met in the streets from battling, because that's how we came up, battling in the streets. See, like they do URL battles and all that. They was in the streets, out of nowhere. So someone might bring their brethren or whatever. So we had a brethren called Shells that had a deal with J Records. They said, yo, you man need to get on. Got a session with Kanye West. At the time, Kanye West had a lot of heavy tracks out there with Beans and whatever, a couple of them, man. So we've come up in there. It was in Quad, Penthouse, where Tupac got shot. Right. In the Penthouse studio. So Kanye's in there with his fucking electric scooter type thing rolling around. And Kanye's hyped because he's talking about how Dame's now realised he's good as an artist and he's going to sign him to Rockefeller and whatever. And if it gets crazy, he's not going to make beats no more. So Mega's gone past him and gone, nah, you can't do that. You got to wait till I get my contract and I can buy your beats. Then he looked around like, hey, who's that guy? And the next guy in the room that was aware of us, so, well, you ain't heard the London Boys? I was on Hot 97 on a special delivery freestyle. Oh, that's them? Oh, let me hear something. 30 minutes just going in. He was like, I want to sign these guys. So he called up G. Robinson, his A&R at the time, who runs a management company called Hip Hop since, what was it, 1978? Yeah. I think they was managing Kanye, Jeezy, Wayne, all these type of Drake and all that. So he's come through. Can you do it again? Done it again in half an hour. Yeah, you should sign them. Then he's left. So then after that day, Kanye just called us every day, come to this session, Fab session, come to that session, come to that one. Took us to the baseline. I was in the studio with Jay-Z and Beans when he was doing the bounce. Yeah. And stuff like that. So we've come back to England, he sent us the contract. He was going to give us 30,000 production contract. So the production deal was just us to sign to him. Yeah. But 30,000 at the time, we had court cases and that we had to deal with and everything. We was negotiating it, then he got into the car accident. Then we didn't hear from him again. Because he's obviously come out of hospital, used the car accident as momentum to come out as an artist for himself. So the following year is when the Diplomats come over here.
And that kind of squashed that whole situation.
We was just eager, man. We was just couldn't wait. We couldn't wait. We was just a bit like, nah, stuff needs to pop now. Like we need to make things happen. So when we seen the Dips again from after meeting them when we was leaving the studio with Kanye while we was in America, but we saw them in the UK and was like, yeah, it was good. Yeah, holler at us if you need anything, since you're in our city and all that. So then we went and checked them, and then we ended up
making a couple records.
And then we ended up making a couple tracks and that. Yeah, and then that's when they was like, oh, you lot are Dips or whatever. But we still didn't run around like, oh yeah, we're Dips. We just
no one cared in England. Really that's the way it was. We did it.
They cared about the Dips though, but
they didn't. Not really like that. We did a rewind interview, and we was talking about how we were Diplomats and whatever, and that's how different it was. Diplomats wasn't a staple in UK.
Oh no, it was kind of G-Unit still. It was G-Unit. Remember G-Unit tapes? The G-Unit tapes that they used to do.
Yeah, G-Unit was kind of popular. Dipset was popping, but like in general, it's not like how it is today. If something's popping in America, it's popping in England.
Yeah.
We had our own thing going on here.
Kind of
we had grime and all that going on. So man didn't really take it serious. So we didn't really run around like, oh, we're Diplomats. We just did our Eurogang thing.
It kind of probably would have been like a little urban taboo kind of thing if it...
Exactly that. Those who didn't know would have been in the know, but it wasn't like bunches of people, you know what I mean? They were like, oh, right, they're Diplomats, it's crazy. You see what I'm saying?
So are you not still cool with Kanye now?
Yeah, well, we ain't seen him in the years. Yeah, but we know him so well. If we saw him, he could never try and do this. Oh yeah, I'm the superstar now. Because we was with him in the beginning. See what I'm saying?
And man believed in him as well from the beginning as well. Like we always said, like we always believed he was gonna do what he did and what he has done. So you know.
Did you get to hear his records before?
Yeah, we all had All Falls Down early before he even had an album put together.
2 words as well.
2 words. What was the other one?
Ain't nobody making this hits no more. That one.
Yeah, the one with
ODB.
No, the one with
half of his first.
Luda, the one with Luda.
Yeah, half of his first album.
You know, man. So yeah, you lot really was there in the early stages.
Yeah, we was there when he copped his first Benz. We was rolling in it with him when he had paper plates on it. Remember?
No, was it first?
This was his first Benz. It was his first, the G-Wagon.
He had an ML already. He copped the G-Wagon.
Oh, that was the G-Wagon, yeah.
And what he was trying to do was, he wasn't trying to get us signed to Rockefeller. He was trying to take us to Def Jam.
Okay.
So he could have a label and put us through that. He just met John Legend as well. You see what I'm saying? So
right.
That's
so
what
it's kind of
we was there when he met John Legend. When John Legend signed for him for the first time.
Did he get a label after that? He didn't really have a label.
Nah.
He had an imprint kind of thing, isn't it?
What had happened? It wasn't good music. It was called Black Label then, and then so when Dame's come over here and we run up on Dame. Dame's gone back to do the research, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sign some London guys. What do you guys think? And then Connie's like, what? Put them through my label. And then the Diplomats already, Cam gets all the money, whatever. Then he checked with Bleak. Bleak's like, yeah, they came through here when it was living in Staten Island. Because we went to Marcy Projects and went crazy on everyone.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So Bleak's like, oh, you're late, Dame, I've been Europe. So Dame's thinking, who are these guys? Because for him, it was supposed to be a thing of...
I'm the one that's busting it on you, man.
Yeah, busting it, and also just a UK little... Like,
UK
little
thing.
Gimmick.
What he wanted to do is go...
To penetrate.
The thing with Posh Spice wasn't working.
And you could penetrate the hood.
Because they'd gone to ministry and I think man had thrown bottles at him and Chris and Leaf or whatever it may be. Or they weren't getting the love they were supposed to be getting. Because obviously, you know how it was tense back then. So he's come over here, he's working with Victoria Beckham, which is cool. Where's the street act? He's you're Rockefeller Records. So artist was disgruntled with him. So he thought, let me get... Someone that raps or thingy to balance out the thing with Victoria Beckham. Yeah. So I covered the mainstream and I covered the underground at the same time. You see what I'm saying? Cut
with what Wiley was talking about the other day when he was saying something about Dame Dash having some. You mentioned it even on Twitter saying something about Dame wanted to help the grime scene and all of that. Was this around the same kind of time?
Yeah. Yeah, it's around the same time. Dame has come here. He's found us. He was trying to start a label called Planet Rock at Mercury. But he wanted Mercury and them to give him a budget. I remember we met the CEO of Mercury at the time. Yeah. And we wasn't even bothered because we was like, why are you doing a label in England? Take us to America. Because our goal in the beginning was always to get respect in America where rap started. We didn't really see a scene as such in the UK. I thought they're into Roots Maneuver and Iceberg Slim and that. Like, we're going over there, innit? So, yeah, he wanted to do that label. He's in the Westwood, he's doing interviews and that, and Wiley had time to interview the same day. So Dame's come on there with Wiley. He's finding Wiley interesting. Wiley's talking about doing Eskimo parties. How many people you get in your parties? Oh, this many thousand. Oh, for real? No. He looks at Tim. Why didn't you help him? I help him take something international. You're international, Tim. Why don't you help him? So, all right, I will. So then Dame's come up to us. Yo, break down this Wiley grime thing to us. And with us, because we already had our situation straight, I'm going to start hating on Wiley. No, don't work with him. Yeah, work with him. Whatever. It's cool. Yeah, I said, yeah, work with him. Because it's our culture. The more our culture gets spread out in America, the better for us. Yeah. So it's not just that, we go over there, quick thing, fizzle out, it's gone. It's like a gimmick thing. If they know our culture for real, it will last forever.
That's why we always champion Eurogang as well. We didn't just say SAS. We always made that name the prominent thing that you hear because it was a movement. And
there was more to SAS, more to Eurogang than SAS kind of thing.
Exactly.
And he was all for promoting bring your crew. Like, that's what he preached. You go in, you bring your men then. That's what Dame always preached. So he wanted to, he was Wiley coming over to the yard. Meg was in hospital at the time with a broken hip. Wiley come over there for dinner. And then that's how I met Wiley. And then me and Wiley was talking. He was asking me, like, what's going on? How did you... I told him a little bit of story.
I was there that day, though.
He wasn't there that day.
Well, maybe he came again. I was there that day when he had his track. He was talking about he's got different whips and that, but he's got a different whip. Don't you remember?
Oh, yeah, Meg was there. Dizzy come and Meg wasn't there. That was the day. So, the day Wiley come and Meg was there and I was breaking down our story to Wiley and he was like, no way. Nah. You won't get shot in America and all that. I said, yeah, look at the sky here and all that. What, for real? So he was fascinated by... But really, what he was fascinated about was us clashing, man, in the streets. I want to know about that. What's going on with that? Like, because all the time, Lord of the Mics and all that was popping off. So he liked that. Like, the Englishman going over there and clashing Americans. Yeah. So me and him used to chat and whatever. But I don't think when he went to New York, I don't think he linked Dame and all that. But he should have.
Do you think that would have helped for grime if he had...
Hell yeah, it would have. Because it would have been like, where did he come over here and did the thing with Skepta?
Just a quick remix
and then disappeared. Dame wants to actually bring stuff to America for real. Like, you see what I'm saying? He was all about him. If he messed with you, he's on about empowering you for real, not just coming in. You know what I mean? Getting a buzz out of it.
You think then, like, someone like Dame is he's not really credited as much as he should be then?
Nah, he's not, bro. Because even Kevin Hart, look, man like that. He put Kevin Hart in his first film, Paper Soldiers and all them things there and all that. Dame busts a lot of stuff, man.
He's the one who's responsible for Kanye. Kanye will tell you.
He's the one responsible for Cam being over there. They're the two only acts that went platinum aside for Jay-Z. That was on Rockefeller.
But the thing is, people forget. That's the thing about this business. It's like people don't care about what you've achieved, your accolades, and what you've done, and everything else. As soon as they forget, it's forgotten about. So really, what you need to do is just get your money right and do what you need to do and stay relevant. Because no one gives a shit about your history. That's the reality. No one gives a fuck. Work harder.
And I think that's something that you lot have always preached as well. Like, even I've seen, you lot have never had a manager or anything like that. No. And it's always been.
Well, we had one last year for that, a year and a half, but he was a close friend of ours and that. So he was doing it in between work and all that. But usually, just for ourselves. And
is that something that's kept you lot relevant, the fact that you've been able to fund yourself throughout your whole career?
Well, that's the only thing that you can stay relevant doing. Without no money, getting no money put into what you're doing, you're done. Like, you can't do anything. You can't do anything in life without money. You can't eat, you can't drink. So imagine trying to be a relevant artist in this climate where people's got major deals. People's got so much money being funneled into their projects because obviously the label's eating damn near off of everything they do, from the merchandising to the tours to everything. So they're going to put a lot more money into the artist since it's a 360 situation. So it's like, if you're an artist that's independent without any funding, you're done. It doesn't matter how sick you are. What are you going to do? Rap on the, like, just rap on the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like, even that, you're going to need to pay a cameraman. Especially if you aren't an artist that has, not everyone's even, like, we're even blessed to even have a name where it's credible, where people know who we are and who we've worked with and what we've done. There's artists that's out there that are fucking sick, bro. They're hard, but no one knows them. So how do you get a buzz without no money behind you? None. Even with a little bit of money or quite a bit of money, if you've got the money but you haven't got the know-how, you're still fucked. You need the money and you need the know-how. You need the machine, but you need someone who's got some sense behind you that believes in you and is ready to do those things for you. It can't be just you, because if you're an artist and you're pushing yourself, people start to look at you a bit like, yeah, you're gonna say you're hard because it's you. Like, if I'm trying to sell myself, no one's really gonna take me that serious. You need those people behind you that believe in you and that are gonna give you that push.
Signed to the label, put out a single did good. Label went fucking bust, disbanded, and that was the end of it.